Brilliant. 3 weeks in, missed an episode. Was totally intending on doing the one last week, and then I ended up in Denmark and was gonna try and do some form of an episode, whether it be a live stream or something, and then the internet was terrible and I basically forgot until that evening. So yeah, sorry about that. Might happen occasionally. If it does, I will try and give you warning, because you know, work schedules can be a little bit crazy. But because it's been 2 weeks, had an insane number of emails, like 100 submissions or something. Went through all of them this morning. Took a long time. It's now 1 o'clock. So I've probably got twice the number of videos that I would normally show you. So I'm gonna roll through them a little bit quicker, say less about each video, but show more videos. Before I forget, CP, Denister, I just watched it, not gonna feature it, but dive roll video, just anyway, let's get into it. My first video comes from Manifest Parkour. Am I recording? I am recording. My first video comes from Manifest Parkour with Rory Fest. It is essentially just a hectic raw video featuring big movement, long lines, some pretty hefty bails, and general weird stuff you'd expect some English lads to be getting up to. These guys have been popping up at so many events in Europe recently, and they're just going places. Guillaume Larazabal. My next video comes from Guillaume Larazabal. I'm sorry, I'm genuinely sorry. I'm just an ignorant Brit. It's called Endless Game. It's a nice video. It's cinematic, it's beautiful. It feels like it's had maybe a little bit more focus put on the filming and editing side of things, but it has just about got that right balance where there's still enough decent movement going on and the filming doesn't hinder the movement. There's some big stuff in here. There's a cat pass pre to a rail that I seem to remember I saw in an attempts video that took him a long time to get, but he got there in the end. Go check it out. And now for potentially my favorite video this week from Joachim Dinkelman. I need like a little machine that I type the name into and it reads it back out because I'm just oblivious. Anyway, this guy popped up in a video I shared a couple of weeks ago from Monkey Motion, and he's a beast. He's throwing down these long runs that are just consistently packed out with big, powerful, yet still flowy movement. There's also this really nice moment where you see him do this front flip kind of precision arm jump thing over a big drop. He's got all his friends there in case he doesn't make it. And that's quite an impactful clip on its own. But then later on in the video, you see him actually do exactly the same flip gap, but combined into a longer run, which is nice to see that he just puts emphasis on having that consistency. Next up, we have the main man, Mick Pengilly, who also cropped up a couple of weeks ago in like a big gym compilation video that he put together, but this time this video is all about him. You need to give this a solid watch. It contains some beautiful movement, and Mick seems to be excelling at running on rails right now. There's so many shots of him just like bombing it through gyms or locations, striding off rails and thin walls, and it's so cool to see. My next video comes from Louisgawa, who traveled all the way from New Zealand to Europe and just put together this really nice video that captures the entire thing. Solid movement, varied spots, and just good vibes. Everyone always says like, oh, I'm gonna travel this year, I'm gonna travel this year. If you haven't done it yet, make this your year to travel. Hit up Europe, hit up America, like get out there and do it, because this video is a really nice example of why it's so good. Next up comes Wayne Beer with not only one of the best names I've ever heard, Wayne Beer, but also just a monstrous video. He's part of the, I'm gonna say it again, monstrous Leeds Boys. If you're not aware of the Leeds Boys, they actually just dropped a video a couple of weeks ago that for some reason I didn't share. It's like a 17 or 19 minute long, non-stop, it's called Powermoves, and it is just Powermoves. It's just running, it's hard, it's big, it's fast, all set to like 20 minutes of just non-stop grime music. So if you're not a fan of grime, it might just, you know, be a little too much. I think you might have to take the video in chunks. But anyway, Wayne has cut down his runs from the video into one shorter video, so you can go and check that out. But if you haven't seen Powermoves, like, just maybe, yeah, have a little breather, calm yourself down, or actually do the opposite, I don't know, drink some coffee, get wired up, full screen, press play. My last feature this week is from Cody Marshall, who is another resident of what I still think is my favorite parkour gym in the world, the Monkey Vault in Toronto, Canada. A couple of weeks ago we had Tim, who kind of blew everyone away because no one knew who he was, and he put together this crazy impressive video. And now we have Cody. He's just set up a YouTube channel, no other videos on it. This is his first video. Go and subscribe to him, because as you can see in this video, this guy has skills and he has power. I'm now convinced this gym just breeds powerful, talented athletes, because the legs on these guys. And now for some community news. There we go. Yeah, so New Zealand, almost said Australia, New Zealand are hosting their first ever competition. It's the Jambs AK Competition. It's being held in Auckland, New Zealand, and it's a speed, skill and style competition, open entry, anyone can go. So I've put all of the information into the description below. Not sure why there's a random clip of Josh doing a 180 over the skill section, but you know, go check it out. Lastly, some of you might be aware that the Motifs project is doing a UK tour in April. We're going to be hitting up a number of gyms around the UK before finishing off with what will hopefully be a nice big jam at London's South Bank. We're also going to be hosting a food drive at each event, so that if people want, and hopefully they will, they can bring along an item of food. We're going to collect that all together and then donate it to the local food banks for each city that we're in. I've put a link to all the event pages in the description below, so if you're going to be attending, hit the link, let us know. Thank you all for watching this rather rushed episode. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you prefer more videos, less description, or less videos, more description. Because I don't know if you actually care what I think about the videos, or whether or not you just want the quick link to watch people so that you don't have to sift through them all yourself. Because that's what I do. Dead smile. Remember, submit your videos to gilescompiles@gmail.com. I promise next week there will be an episode. I'm in the country, so I'll make it happen. I've been trying to record this outro for like 10 minutes now, and I just keep waffling and waffling and waffling, and basically what I'm doing now, so bye.